Now that Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming out, it's on its way, it's being developed, we need to have this discussion. These are some worlds that we need to return in Kingdom Hearts 4. I said return, so these are previous worlds that have been in the series. These worlds we want to talk about need to be expanded upon, just need to come back in general, or I just straight up want to see them again. I think they'll make the next game even better than it probably already is going to be, which to start off the discussion, Radiant Garden needs to be an actual world in the next game. Not just a place for cutscenes, not just a room and data greeting and remind, a actual world we get to visit on the map that is a full part of the game, an hour or 2 hour long visit, cutscenes, Heartless, specific Heartless, the entire package. I miss Radiant Garden. I love this world. I love Hollow Bastion and KH1. I would still say to this day that is my favorite world in the entire Kingdom Hearts series, KH1 Hollow Bastion. Not too many worlds come close to it. That world is just amazing. Beautiful endgame world. In Birth by Sleep, I love seeing this like new look at Radiant Garden. Well, you know, actually seeing Radiant Garden, not the Hollow Bastion variation. It was nice seeing what this world was like, you know, in the past. In KH2, it was just nice to see, you know, what Leon, Yuffie, the gang, the whole squad, what they were up to, what they were doing in this world after KH1, their home. I want to see this world again. If we get a full version of this world, it'll probably be some sort of mixture of what we saw in KH2 and Birth by Sleep. Probably leaning a little bit more towards what we saw in Birth by Sleep based on what we saw in Remind, in the cutscenes during the base game. I just want to be here again. I just want to walk around, Keyblade in hand, fight some Heartless, fight some nobodies, do the thing. Whoever's the villain in those games, the foretellers, they can mess with us in that world. I just want to be in this world again. Whatever plot leads us to this world again, I want to be a part of that plot. Now, next world is a personal favorite of mine. I would probably say this is one of my favorite original worlds in the Kingdom Hearts series. Not in terms of the world design itself, even though I love the world design, but just the aesthetic, the vibe, the nostalgia this world brings. Traverse Town is one of my favorite worlds in the entire Kingdom Hearts series. Probably a lot of people's as well. I mean, it's the first world you visit outside of the Destiny Islands. It's the first world that Sora visits the outside world with. This was Sora's entry into everything that would happen after for him. This world has just a special place in my heart, and I was in love with the interpretation of this world in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, the way they expanded it, the way they kind of add in some worlds with you elements into this world. This world in Traverse Town and Dream Drop was so good. It's so good in KH1, 2. I even liked it in Chain of Memories. Chain of Memories worlds to a lot of people are kind of just whatever, they're their own thing. But even in Chain of Memories, I love seeing this world. I love being a part of it. I just want to see Traverse Town again, man. I just want to see Traverse Town in that nice Unreal Engine 5. I think it'll look so good. And hey, if they add some more rooms like they did in Dream Drop Distance, that's a plus to me. Now, the next world actually is a Disney world that I do want to return. Toy Box. I think Toy Box might end up being one of those worlds that is just constantly reoccurring, similar to a Agora, similar to a Olympus. This is a world that I definitely want to see just repeatedly, because it has so much potential, and I think the relationship that Sora formed with Woody, Buzz, the entire toy gang, I think it was one of the best Disney character, Kingdom Hearts character dynamics that we've pretty much ever had. Seeing Buzz like not trust Sora in the beginning, not really know what's going on, not really agreeing with everything that's happening, but then slowly learning to trust Sora. Sora kind of wins his way into his heart. It was just nice to see that play out, and I want to see a continuation of the dynamic between Woody and Buzz and Sora, Dawn and Goofy, or whoever's in that world, just again in the future. Also, on top of that, another big reason I want to see this world return again is because I really feel like they need to talk about this in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, we have a portal essentially to Verum Rex in Toy Box. I mean, I know we have the whole final world portal with the nameless star, but Sora was in Verum Rex, like, you know, in Toy Box. I have a feeling that that means something. That must mean something. That has to be something that can be revisited, a easier way to get to that world instead of just bothering the nameless star. I want to see that kind of expand upon. I love how they integrated like the next saga, what we're going to be doing in this next saga, into Toy Box. And because of that, the more and more I play Toy Box, the more and more I revisit KH3 and play this world, it really has started to become one of my favorite Disney worlds. So I just want to see it again. Also, it's Toy Story. Like, who doesn't want to see Toy Story again? Now, the last world I'm going to talk about today, Though there are more worlds that I do want to come back, or worlds I just want to see in general that we'll talk about a lot in between the time for KH4's release. But Twilight Town needs to have a redemption. Now, I'm one of the people who are pretty positive towards the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 3. I love them. I think they're some of the best in the series, or at least up there. I don't think they're bad at all. Even Frozen, yes. I have my critiques of Frozen, my major critiques of Frozen, but overall, I think Frozen is still better than a lot of worlds we previously got in the Kingdom Hearts series. But Twilight Town in KH3 is not one of those worlds. Twilight Town in KH3 was just constant baiting. I mean, it was one of the first worlds we saw, but it was the shortest world, like, in the game. If any world was going to be relegated to cutscenes, it should have been this and not Radiant Garden. I mean, yeah, it was really cool walking around Twilight Town, seeing, like, how vibrant it is. I loved everything that was in it. Like, nothing in it was necessarily bad. It was just the lack of that made the world not as great. Story, cool, I guess, but the world exploration just wasn't there. Like, where's the Sandlot? It would have been really cool to visit the usual spot. We didn't even get to go inside the mansion, which they baited us on. Like, we walked to the mansion, then we teleport to a cutscene to the basement. Like, I would have loved if they just designed the entire room, let us fight things inside the mansion, maybe do a little escort mission. Why not? Heartless spawning, nobody spawning before we actually get inside the basement. Like, that would have been cool. Something as small as that would have been nice. It's just the world was so small and it needs to be bigger. So just take what you did with Kingdom Hearts 3, keep all the NPCs, keep how vibrant it is, the forest looks great, keep all of that. Just add more to it. That's really all I want. Just add more to Twilight Town. Twilight Town needs a redemption in the next game. And I think we might be able to get one. I'm sure Square has heard some of the criticisms for Twilight Town. And given how there's probably a lot of people living there now, like I'd imagine Axel, Syax, Roxas is definitely there, Shion's definitely there. On top of Hainer, Pence, and Olette, there's a lot of Kingdom Hearts characters that are in Twilight Town. More now than ever before, so we have plenty of reason to go back and visit it. So hopefully the plot takes us there and we have our chance for Twilight Town to get its redemption. But that's pretty much it for today for worlds that I think need to return in Kingdom Hearts 4. As you noticed, it's a lot of original worlds. KH3 was a little lacking in the original world department in terms of full exploration of the original worlds. We didn't get our long drawn out like visits of Radiant Garden or Twilight Town this time around. A lot of original worlds were very much so saved for big events or just the end game. And I definitely want more original worlds in the next game that are just fully explorable. Give them that Disney World treatment. Give us that 2-3 hour visit of Radiant Garden, Traverse Town, and I will be in love. But let me know what you guys think. How do you guys feel about this world list? Do you think these worlds need to return, or do you think there's some other worlds that need to come back first? I'm going to be talking about Disney worlds and worlds in general a lot going into Kingdom Hearts 4 before the game comes out, because it is one of the things I look the most forward to when it comes to a Kingdom Hearts game. I love the story, I love the characters, I love everything, but worlds are indeed the foundation of what makes Kingdom Hearts in a lot of ways. So it's going to be really cool to see what new worlds come into the fray, what new Disney worlds or properties we get to collaborate with. Like if Star Wars is actually coming to Kingdom Hearts 4, that is so insanely hype. I just can't wait to see it. So we're going to be talking about that a lot. But let me know what other worlds you want to hear me talk about, or what other theories you have for worlds that are going to be coming to the next game. If you enjoyed today's video though, you already know what to do. Leave a like, share the video with a friend or a family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is that red subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out, you guys. Bye.
Now she's a daydreamer. She's always thinking about him. No more room in this picture for you to fit in. Now she's crying.